So we're delighted this evening to have Bill Becker from the Presidential Climate Action Project here in the studio with us. So welcome, Bill, to Positive TV.
Thank you. Very good to be here.
Bill, what is the Presidential Climate Action Project?
It's a project that began about 3 years ago to build a set of policy recommendations on energy and climate for the incoming next president, who of course turned out to be President Obama. We presented that to his team in November, right after he was elected in November of last year. And we've been working with members of his administration ever since to explain these ideas, to lobby for them, frankly, and to help them get them done. And in fact, they've picked up quite a few of them. Our plan contained more than 200 different policy recommendations over 14 different topic areas, from ocean ecology all the way to renewable energy. So it was easily the most comprehensive document of its kind.
When President Clinton was president, Al Gore was vice president, they started something called the President's Council on Sustainable Development. And they brought together some of the most prestigious leaders in the American economy who worked for 6 years to come up with a plan that was then abandoned by the next president. And so these wonderful ideas sat gathering dust on a shelf. And in 2006, I decided we wanted to take that dust, wipe it away, and get the best ideas going. So I convened a series of 4 conferences in Wisconsin where we brought leaders back together and figured out which ideas were still worth achieving. And in the very first conference, Professor David Orr from Oberlin College, a very noted environmentalist, said, we need to create a 100-day action plan for the next president of the United States so he can get started very quickly. We need to do the thinking, the research, the consultation, so that we can have fast action.
What I'd love to see in my dreams here is that, and I think of this from a U.S. perspective, is that President Obama shows up on December 18th. He said he was going to come, and he stands up before all the assembled nations, 192 of them, and he says, the United States has an obligation here, both moral and legal, that we are an innovative nation, we're a wealthy nation, we're a creative nation, and we're going to help the world solve this problem. And I commit that in the United States, we're going to reduce our carbon emissions 45% by 2020. That's a number that no one's adopted yet. It's a very aggressive number. And I'm going to do that as president because I have the power under our laws to do that without Congress. Let Congress do what Congress will do, but I take personal responsibility. This is something I can control and I can achieve for our country, and I'm going to do it. And if he did that, the dynamic in this conference would change like that. President Obama said something during the campaign besides hope. He said that hope comes from all of us, that he can't do this alone. And if he were sitting here right now, I think he would say to you, I need the people to help me do this. I need, in fact, for the people to demand that I do this. And I will. I have a great deal of hope in him, but I think that all of us are responsible. We can't pin our future on one man, in one country, in one office to solve this problem. It's much bigger than that. And we all need to be involved. We need to empower our leaders to do what they got to do.